This is what happens when Construction Academy students from Leesburg High School come together with Habitat for Humanity of Lake and Sumter County, construction professionals, and the city of Leesburg for one extraordinary hands-on experience, together building a dream home for one well-deserving family. This is Habitat Academy. Few things are more critical to the longevity of a home than the roofing and the siding. Many Florida home exteriors feature a stucco finish, but design and durability have led to a growing demand for fiber cement siding. Host Don Magruder and a representative of Allura Siding discuss the benefits of installing this type of siding and what the Dream Team students need to know to ensure proper installation.
Joining us now is Kurt Brazier. He's the territory manager for Florida for Allura Siding. And Kurt, what do you think about the siding on the Habitat Academy house? It looks beautiful, doesn't it?
Absolutely, looks gorgeous.
Talk about the skill sets that the students had to use to install siding and make it look so good.
Number one is to start with a starter strip and work your way up the wall. Make sure the nailing is done properly per our instructions. That's very, very important to get the siding to sit flat on the wall. And number three, to trim out the product the correct way, put the nails in the proper placement, and overall, just leave enough gapping that the board has enough room to expand and contract as the house settles.
You know, a lot of students claim they'll never use how to measure angles and how to cut specific corners and such. Siding is one area in which mathematics and geometry really comes into place, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
Talk about some of the areas that they have to learn to cut these angles in.
Well, you have to make sure that you're allowing for waste factor, as we call it, where you have your windows and doors, garage openings, things of that nature. When you get into the corners, you got to make sure that you're allowing for enough material, that those cuts are done properly, and that you have enough material.
How does Allura feel about working with Habitat of Humanity of Lake and Sumter and the Leesburg High School Construction Academy?
We're glad to be able to help out a good cause like Habitat. It gets great exposure for us as well, plus we're giving to a good cause. As far as the kids, they're learning a very good skill set. We're seeing out in the market these days a shortage of labor. So if they can learn a good skill and learn it correctly, it's going to provide them good jobs in the future.
Getting to work with area professionals while building a home for a local family is an opportunity unique to our area. Moving to Florida definitely opened some doors for former resident of the Prairie State, William Martin.
Before I moved down here in Illinois, they had nothing like this. There was no dream team or anything about building a house, so when I found out down here, it was actually one of my goals to get into it. When I mentioned to my parents that I'd be building a house, they've never seen a house being built like I have. Mr. Barry, he works with us a lot. He has certain people there. He'll sign certain people groups, and then every once in a while he'll switch us out. He'll have his certain people that does certain things. Like me and one of the Jacobs did blocking because we got it done super quick. He still had other people come help us. If I had to pick one, I would go into electrical. I want to go into it as a career choice. My main goal is mechanic because I love working on cars. I was going to go to college for that, and then I got brought into here, which made me open my eyes more that I could do other stuff than just work on cars. You don't see the electrical in your house, but when there's no walls, it's cool to see that you have so much wiring that you don't notice. There's wiring running from everywhere that you don't see besides the power outlets.
Shingles are one of the detail-oriented touches that both protect and complete a home. Due to OSHA restrictions, the students were not allowed to go above 6 feet to work on the home, so the shingle installation was left for volunteers and professionals. But Travis Foster from Owens Corning stopped by and gave the Dream Team some tips and tricks of the shingle trade.
Travis Foster from Owens Corning, we are so happy to have you at the Habitat Academy house. What do you think of it?
I think it's wonderful, Don. First off, I want to really thank you for giving us the opportunity. It's an honor and a privilege for Owens Corning to be a part of something like this.
Now tell everybody what type of Owens Corning shingle are we putting on the Habitat Academy house this year?
Yes, sir. So this is our top of the line product. It's our Duration Estate Gray color. It's got a sure nail strip technology in there. It's got 130 mile per hour wind rating on the shingle with only 4 nails. It's the best product in the market.
Have you seen anybody else in the state of Florida trying this?
No, sir. This is the first time that I've seen it in my time with Owens Corning, being a part of something like this and partnering with you guys and Habitat and actually getting the students out here. I think that's the best part, really getting the kids out here and letting them be a part of such a wonderful thing in the community.
William Tucker came to the Leesburg High School Dream Team with some existing construction knowledge, but he shares how this experience has helped open his eyes to new opportunities.
Every day it's kind of been a new thing for me, and just kind of getting the feel for things and still just helping everybody out as much as I can, or being whatever I'm told, just getting it done right. And my career goals it has felt, because it's kind of opened some things up for me that I thought would be easier, actually turned out to be a little bit harder to learn. And so it's kind of opened me up to more parts of construction also, and like other areas like plumbing and whatnot. My favorite part has probably been to paint or either frame the house. It's very fun things I've done so far. Even if you don't know anything, you can still come here and learn, and it's not like you're the man at it if you don't know anything. Everyone tries to help out as much as they can, whether you've known it all your life or you just got into it last week. Everyone's here to learn and to have a good time and see what they want to do with their life, and always encouraging.
Finishing touches are starting to take shape inside the Habitat home. Though you might not give a second thought to your doors, the Dream Team learned that they are an intricate part of the home building process and integral to daily functionality for the homeowners.
Interior doors on our Habitat Academy house are fantastic. And joining me right now is Colin Holmes. He's the sales manager for Masonite. They're one of the leading manufacturers of interior doors in the country. And once again, thank you for providing the doors to our Habitat Academy house. Have you walked through the house and looked at the doors?
I took a quick peek before you got here, yes sir.
And don't they look great? They hung perfectly.
They hung perfectly, they did a wonderful job. The interior doors look fantastic.
Tell us a little bit about the doors in the home.
So the doors in the home are standard 6-panel texture doors. We like to provide doors that do more, so they come with an industry-leading 5-year warranty. And we've really pushed to have more innovative solutions to make the home quieter, more stylish, and peaceful throughout. We really think you've achieved that here.
What would be your message to other companies like Masonite who would look at this project? Why is it important for them to participate?
Well, this is really building the next generation of folks that are going to be working with your product. So donating to something like this is really ensuring that kids have proper training going forward, and the industry is going to continue to thrive and succeed.
For the construction industry to thrive, an influx of young people need to enter the trades. With Habitat Academy, the students are getting real-world knowledge that they can use, not only in potential future careers, but also in their day-to-day lives.
I don't necessarily know what field I want to go into as far as construction goes, but I have general knowledge on all sorts of things now, and I can apply it wherever I want. My favorite part is still framing, because it's really satisfying while you're doing it, and it correlates to every other part of the house. Like, we're doing the baseboards right now, right? And your framing's directly correlated to that, because you have to nail into the studs in the wall. In English or some of the other classes, you might not see necessarily how important the things you're doing are while you're doing them, but here you can tell the importance in everything that you do. Say in an English class, right? You write an essay, that essay doesn't really have any effect on you immediately other than your grade. But here, you frame a wall, that affects everything, and you know it affects everything. You see the effect that it has, and then it's instant gratification.
Barry Martin has been on site every day, working with the students and teaching them how to build a home from framing to the door frame.
Barry, you and your Habitat crew has done a great job with the students on installing the interior doors and trim. It's fantastic. Talk about all the things you taught them how to install this door and trim.
Yeah, every student had an opportunity to help install a door. This is the strike side of the door, and one of the things I always work with the students too, it's not only critical to get the door plumbed this way, but also to make sure that when the door closes, it's hitting this strike evenly, top to bottom. Nothing worse than the door hitting here first and having a half-inch gap at the bottom where you have to force the door shut to get it to latch.
You've done an amazing job teaching these students how to properly install trim and doors, and you ought to be very proud of yourself.
Well, I'm proud of them. They've done a great job.
Krista Cuevas, one of the dedicated Dream Team members, shares some insight on what she's learned from this process and what fields she's considering as possible career options.
It has been great. I love it. I love every single bit of it. I love the people. Everybody's grown bonds. I love the volunteers. They're really cool. I've heard stories. They've told stories. Everybody gets along. We can joke and we can do business together, and that's the most important out of all of it. Now, we all do talk out of the field and out of the class, so we're all friends. There's no hate between anybody. Before, I didn't know a lot about painting, but when I met Amanda Kelly and her painting process, she taught me a lot and made me want to look forward into that field. Ross Plumbing also helped me. They gave me a big idea because it seemed like really detailed work, and I like detailed work. So Ross Plumbing, the painting, and then flooring. I like detail work. The biggest real life lesson I've learned from this experience is respect and hard work. They should give you respect if you give them respect. Either way, I feel like you earn what you get and you get what you earn.
The Leesburg Construction Academy's impact isn't isolated to just this Habitat home. They've brought their skills to the local community in many ways, from making picnic tables for Mount Dora High School to recently helping nonprofit Sleep in Heavenly Peace make bed frames for children in need. Over the course of the project, a student is honored every 30 days with a plaque. Here are the previous Students of the Month. In the next webisode of Habitat Academy, UF Health Leesburg's Joshua Fleming visits the site to inspire the students about the health and wellness impact the home will have on the residents.
Just think about how it's going to impact the lives of the family that's going to be in this house.
And Jimmy Adams revisits the site to discuss the trim-out work required to complete the home.
Most of the time when you look at finish work, all you see is the cover. You don't get to see what's behind the scenes.
We're building towards something big, so join us for the next webisode of Habitat Academy Season 2. Production support for Habitat Academy is provided by Romac Building and Supply, Habitat for Humanity of Lake and Sumter County, UF Health Leesburg, the City of Leesburg, and is a production of Red Apples Media.